We're back!
I'm back.
Hi, I'm Max, knitwear designer, co-founder of Les Garçons, and after resisting for a month, I finally joined TikTok. So I know now all the trends, all the little dances. There's not
No, it's
there's no trend doing this, I assure
yeah.
you.
Well, probably.
Well, I might have started one without knowing it. We don't know.
And hi, I'm Vincent, yarn dyer, and also co-founder of Les Garçons. And I'm still an old person, and I haven't joined TikTok, and I'm still resisting.
You're still grumpy about TikTok, but I'm showing you all the funny one.
Yeah, but they're not that funny.
Some of them are.
Mm.
Hole, hole, hole. See? Some of them are funny. So we took a long break between filming. The last one I filmed by myself, which actually wasn't as fun without you. I like talking with people, and by people I
Yes, I
mean
know.
you.
I know you like talking.
Yeah, I like talking a lot. That's true. And on the week I filmed, actually 2 days after that, we both tested positive for COVID,
Yeah.
which was a bummer. It was our first time.
Yeah, and I had like 1 day of fever. I was feeling crappy in the afternoon. Took a test, kept working, and then turned around like, oh, it's COVID.
Yeah, and then I got it like the day after because we're by living together.
Yeah, well, we didn't pretend we would
Yeah,
isolate.
we were living in a loft, so there's like no wall, no ways to just
Yeah,
isolate from one another. And then my COVID was actually more like it wasn't that I didn't have to go to the ER, but I saw the doctor 3 times because mine lasted 3 to 4 months because I
yeah,
had a lot of chest pain that kept me in bed where I couldn't do anything and have an everlasting cough. So I would try different type of medication to help me, and I was really really tired and had a little phase of depression. So
yeah.
thankfully we
Not fun.
had you, the team, so it
Yeah,
felt like it didn't for me things could go on
yeah.
without.
Life didn't shut down completely,
Yeah,
but yeah, it was still not a fun part.
so do take care of yourself because
Yes.
it's even though I'm young, it can still
Well,
be.
you're on TikTok, so you're
So if you're on TikTok, you're young and strong
yeah,
and
because old people don't
complain about
understand.
TikTok. Yeah, that's
Yes,
true.
exactly, like me.
So now we're finally back to film an episode. We're in our atelier, so that's why there's plenty of.
Full of yarn.
Yes, that's my personal stash, or yours
No,
to
that's my
shop to.
personal stash
Our
because I
stash.
made that.
That's true.
Yeah.
I designed with it.
What are we drinking?
Yep.
Well, I know what I'm drinking.
I'm having an old fashioned because I'm what? Old fashioned.
And I have G&T because I'm a classic bitch. Um,
And you
and
don't like bourbon, so that's why we
and I
have
don't
two
like
different
bourbon.
things. Yeah.
Well, I used to like bourbon. Long story that
For
we
another
won't get
time.
into. Yes. So well, it's for cheers
Cheers.
and happy hour, happy knitting, happy podcast.
We should. What do you think? I'm brainstorming with you right now. Should we rename it Happy Knit Hour? Would it make sense, or it's too cheesy?
Um, no, it's too cheesy.
You
Happy
think?
hour is fine. Yeah.
Fine. Okay.
Just wanted to show the gin that's in my G&T. It's a Tanqueray grapefruit and rosemary that I got at Ethro. Yeah, it's very good. It's my personal. It's my not my personal. It's my current obsession.
Lovely. So we hope you had a great holiday. We did. We spent a lot of time doing nothing.
Nothing.
Literally nothing. And going to bed around 3 o'clock. And for myself, waking up around like 1. It just felt nice.
Yeah.
So nice.
I also did almost nothing. We had collabs week. For those who
That's
saw that happen, so I kind of got up early to make sure that everything was okay on the website. And we had some uh, deliveries also that week, so I was up earlier than 1 p.m. But I was still playing video games, knitting, watching TV.
And Lola, our dog, really got used to our new schedule of sleeping
Yes,
all the time. She's
sleeping
still
in.
actually sleeping in a corner because she's like,
Yeah,
I'm not back to work. You're back to work.
yeah. It's still a holiday.
Yes. Um, yeah, you said video games. We both have. You played on the PlayStation. I was playing on the Switch. I
Yep.
finished just the day before my birthday. Xenoblade Chronicle 3. So I started Persona 5, which just came out on Switch, and I'm already like 50 hours in. It's such a great story. Well, you must be as close to that than me, or
No, maybe 25. I'm
times two.
playing I'm playing Final Fantasy something Crisis Core. It's the remake of a
Reunion.
re yes, maybe.
Like mine
Anyway.
is the
Oh
remastered,
yeah,
so
it's
it's
Reunion. Yeah.
royal, and they just like to add words. To
And yeah, so I'm doing that, knitting and
watching TV.
watching TV.
What are we
Oh,
watching?
The Traders.
Obsession.
New
Yeah.
obsession. It's I think Dutch from the Netherlands TV show. That's the concept was from there, and it was done remade by an English by the BBC. I think yeah, the BBC, and it has Claudia Winkleman as a host,
And
and
we're a
it's
big fan of her.
yes, she's so
She's really funny.
and it's basically the game of werewolf, if you know what that is. There are faithfuls, which are the good guys, and there are traitors, which are the bad guys. And every day they would do tasks to raise money for the pot, and then at night the good guys would banish someone that they think is a traitor, and then the traitors would kill someone.
Because the goal is to get to the end where you're around four
Yeah.
people. If it's only faithfuls, they will all win the money. But if there's one traitors
Among them.
amongst them, he wins the money and they lose everything.
Don't tell him. He, she, they,
They-
we don't know.
That's true. That's true.
Don't. Spoiler alert.
And
It's not a
one of the traders was so good. We were,
Yeah.
and I've seen on TikTok, sorry, she became a gay icon. We were just all rooting
It
for
was
her.
not. I saw that too on the normal internet.
That you get like 3 weeks after me. Yes, that's true.
You also dreamt that she was my mother.
That's true. That was a weird dream. Yeah.
So we loved her.
Yeah, that's
She was very, very good player, and yeah.
and it's all about the herd mentality of like the traders trying to have everyone think someone else is a traitor and everyone jump on it and they banish him and
Yeah,
they realize
it was
it was a wrong thing to do.
Yeah, it was funny. It was yeah, super entertaining. So
It's
if
like
you
the
get a
witch hunt.
chance to watch that, the trailers, BBC, iPlayer, it's all on there.
There's going to be an American version coming soon for Paramount Plus. I'm not sure if this one is going to be good, only because they're casting um, other people that were in other reality shows like Big Brother, Survivor,
Oh
and
yeah,
everything.
already stars of reality TV.
Yeah, they already too much camera ready. The other one felt like normal people just playing a game. So you feel like you could trust them. I don't feel like I would trust someone from the Big Brother or Survivor where the game is already to backstab. I don't know.
Anyway.
It doesn't feel like that. Do watch it. Do watch it.
Watch the UK version, and if you understand Dutch, maybe watch the Netherlands version. And yeah,
And if any of you is friend with the host, please
yeah. If you
let her know
anybody
that we love her a lot.
we love. Hi Claudia.
Hi.
If you're
I'm sure
watching.
you're watching. I'm sure you're a knitter. It would be lovely, but
What else did we do? We
Just-
went for a surprise birthday for Tanya's mom. Max's best friend. Tanya, her mom was celebrating her 60th birthday, and there was a surprise party, and we got to play.
bowling. It's been ages since we went bowling, and
Well, as if we did it regularly.
well, we did once while we were living with Tanya. Like, was that like
Yeah.
8 years ago, 9 years ago, maybe?
Yeah.
And I realized something. I'm good at bowling.
He
A
has,
skill I didn't know I had. I
he
didn't know
has
I had.
that talent.
Yeah, because the first, I don't even
Yeah.
know the terms. Is it a ball?
Uh, well, yeah,
The first round thing that you
yeah.
threw.
Well, it's a bowling ball,
Bowl. The
but
first bowl. No.
no ball. It's a ball that you're throwing. But the first round, the first throw that you did,
I had a strike. That term I know. Ah. Sports, right? So, and I I think I was good at it because of the old Wii, where I played a lot of tennis, a lot of bowling, which I don't know. Maybe I know how to aim, which would be weird because
I
usually
used to play all of that as well, and I was not as good. I was jealous.
me. Thank you, Saint Jérôme. Maybe it's my hometown that make me a good bowler, bowler.
Bowler?
Let us know in the comment. What do you use at bowling? Is it a ball, a bowl?
No, it's not a ball. It's a ball. Oh my god. Yes. How were you
Sports.
good at it? Sports, right?
So that's pretty much what we did during our holiday. As you see, we've just like been
Yeah. Not much happening, but at the same time, I think
what we needed.
we always need some rest
Yeah.
around that period.
So today it's not only going to be about knitting. We've actually become makers of different things involving yarn
Yep.
because of you.
Or
Actually,
fabric. No, but not.
that's true. But not on this one,
But yeah.
because now you're a
Sewist. Yeah. Sewer.
Is it going to be the episode where I'm just like making up
Yeah.
word
Sequenced?
sequence?
It's sewist and
Seamstress? Is there a
see,
seamster? No.
yeah, but I think sewist is fine. So sewist, weaver,
Knitter?
and knitter,
Yep.
and
And I'm a spinner.
and you're a spinner. But
It's been a while.
so we have some weaving projects for you. Do you want to start with yours, or should I start with
No,
mine?
you're the one who created
I created the obsession.
Yes.
So I found someone on Facebook that I knew that was selling Nashford rigid heddle loom, 24 inches for those who are interested. And so I said, why not try it? Because it was somewhat cheap. So I'm like, oh, why not? I'll give weaving a go. And yeah, it created an obsession because we have so much yarn in the stash and it's fun to use that as well.
I'm
So-
always there to encourage you, but
Yeah.
that thing takes a lot of place.
Yeah. Well,
We have
no,
a small one, but we have two now.
it's not my fault.
Eh.
So
Yeah, right.
I took BFL Twist DK, one of our bases. Lovely yarn right there. I had some leftovers from project almost full skeins, and I made this little scarf.
Do you love brown?
Huh?
Do you like brown?
Yes. I wove this little scarf. It's DK weight. It has like a bunch of colors. It's plain weave, like super easy. But that was the first project, and you can see that the beginning and the end. The beginning is super tight as I was learning everything, and then the end is more relaxed, is more beautiful.
Because you only learned through YouTube. Didn't took any classes where someone could correct you. Direct.
Yeah, no, it was just
Trial
YouTube
and
and YouTube and YouTube. Lots of YouTube. So I did this one first. Very easy. A few colors. Then little fringes. And then I made this one, which is a lot better technique wise. All the edges are straight for the most part, and yeah, so, and all of the gauge, as you call, well, it's not really the gauge, but the
What?
I think it's called a set. Correct me if I'm wrong, but so the yeah, so my weaving is pretty much regular now, and yeah, so again, DK BFL twist DK. Then I made one for my mom, which she already has. Then I made Max because he requested this.
You actually asked me exactly what I wanted, and I made a little doodle of all the measurement with the places, because I had a lot of handspun that I wasn't using, and I thought that it would make a really nice scarf, which it did,
Oh, it did. It's beautiful.
but it was a learning curve.
Yeah, because we used for the warp, we use handspun as well, and this one was not spun tightly. It was not a high twist. It
It
was
was a
just
two
a low
ply.
twist, two ply, so it kept breaking a lot. If you've woven, you probably know the problem.
You said a lot of nasty words while making it.
So there's two sections basically.
Yeah,
Well, there's a little beginning
there's a little thing here
in the
too.
dark, and then there's two colors, two big sections. It's very beautiful. The fabric that it creates, the yarn that we use, the fabric that it creates is just beautiful. Again, just plain weave, and I really learned how to fix warp threads that were breaking
And I've sort
because
of learned how to make the tweed effect. Like I could
Yep.
see you seem, I could see you use this for
yeah, for like fabric,
as
right?
fabric for like
Yeah.
I don't know, a hat, not a hat, like I'm like
Gonna sew a hat.
so like a shirt or something. But
Yeah, I would
using
need to make a lot more for a
then
shirt.
yeah,
But yeah.
but using only handspun for this, it was a really rustic one. So even though we added a lot of fabric softener, it's still a bit rustic. So when I wear it, it will be a
Oh,
little itchy,
yeah, but
just a little.
look at that.
I know.
Look at that.
Sorry. Sorry.
This one was a little less perfect on the edges side because
You can blame the yarn.
yeah,
That's me.
I'm gonna blame the yarn and but yeah, no, it was an experience. It's like how you learn and yeah,
Oh, and after that, I made my new obsession, Twisted Fringe.
yeah,
We had a little maker, like an Ashford.
yeah. It's like a
Twister.
twister
Makes a really nice edging.
twister maker thing, fringer, twister.
Fringer is a nice name. What,
Fringer.
do you have a fringer I could
And
borrow?
then another one. So yeah, weaving is a lot faster than knitting, so I can make scarves like this. That's folded in half, so it's super long. This one is for my sister. It's using barely a little bit over 2 skeins of yarn. So it's not much more than 200 grams.
Fingering, did you say?
Yeah, fingering weight. It was Magpie Fiber Society Club. You got 2 skeins, and you get to choose between 2 speckles or 2 variegated or one of each. And I got one of each, and I didn't know what to do with it. But then I used one as the warp, I think the speckled one, and then the variegated one as the weft, or vice versa. It doesn't really matter. And then there's a little section here of another yarn because I wanted a little bit the scarf a little bit larger. But yeah, it's beautiful. It breaks.
Yeah, I'm amazed how variegated yarn will look differently when it's not knitting. Because this one was variegated and the other one wasn't. Was that?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
speckled.
So you get like little lines, like if it
Yeah.
was a little motif or something, and but it doesn't pull like it would do on.
No, exactly. Well,
Make it
you could
even.
probably find
Some, but
like a repetition of some sort, but no, it was a very good project to use them, to use those yarns.
and
So
Stash Buster also.
yeah, because it goes so fast. Little scarf, like it's about 100 inches long, 250 centimeters. Um, so like even for me, like my sister is tiny, so it's
She's tiny, 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 and she's pregnant, 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 pregnant.
yeah. So like it's still like very
Yeah,
very long. It's super fun to wear. I could probably make like three. She probably will be able to make like three.
it's a blanket for her.
Yeah. There we go. Like
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
so, super fun. The DK ones. I'm pointing there because there's another one, but the DK ones we used 7.5 DPI, so dents per inch, and then the fingering one I use at 10 dents
It's
per inch.
DPI.
Yeah, it's DPI and like
It's
dots.
photo definition.
No, it's read gauge.
Sorry, I was like, "Ooh,
Ooh.
I know this term, but it's
No,
not
it's
what
not
it
the same
means."
one. It's not dots per inch. It's dents per inch.
And I'm guessing this one was before DPI because in the old days,
Probably.
they weren't complete.
And last of my, well, not last because there's much more stuff. Because yeah, it's this big wrap. Again, super long.
Come
oh.
on, Pride.
Come on, not woven and. Come on.
You actually started it during Pride Month last
Yeah.
summer. Did you?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, because that's when we. This is all. Those are all the colors of our. There's another in there. Anyway, the color of our neon kits. Yeah. So I had dyed them on DK weight, and then I used Mora's Black Rose as the weft. The warp is all of the colors. And this one I use a technique called, you can see all the little lines here that make up a square. It's called a warp float, for those who don't know. And it's basically where you don't catch that part of the yarn with every pass of your weft yarn. So it creates like little floats like this. And it's basically the same kind, like if you were to bring your yarn forward and then knit and then bring your yarn backwards.
It's a yo.
Hmm?
It's a yo.
It's a yo?
A yarn over.
No, it's not a yarn over.
Oh.
No, it's like if you
A slip stitch.
like if you brought your yarn forward, knitted a few stitches, and then brought it backwards, and so it would make like a
Okay.
kind of a float in front of your work. So that's kind of that. Yeah, and made that throughout. Again with the fringes because they come like they're there. Because the way you attach the yarn on the loom and everything, when you cut it, when you're done and you cut it, then you have fringes automatically. You just have to trim them and then good to go.
Voila.
Voila. And then you got an obsession.
Yes, because without letting me know, someone actually bought a second loom, which I don't
Is
mind.
it me?
Yeah, I might be
Is
you.
it? It's me. I'm the problem.
It's me. Hi. So, TikTok.
Or
You've
Taylor
decided
Swift.
one night, I'm gonna teach you how to weave so that I could use one loom. So you need a reason to have a second one so you could weave.
yeah, because like a loom. Once a project is on it,
Yeah, you cannot have like multi.
yeah, you
There's no
cannot have
bags for
multiple
looms
widths.
and yeah.
You need multiple looms.
But honestly,
Oops.
I'm fine with it because I really love mindless knitting. Like stockinette stitch is not something that scares me at all. This is what I love to knit while I talk with people or watch TV or something. And what's the basic pattern on Is there?
Plain weave.
Plain weave is similar to stockinette stitch for me, so I could just like
Yeah.
watch TV and do that. So I made one too, which is this one. And I wore this one a lot.
Yeah, and I keep stealing it as well.
I've used for the weft is this way.
Weft is, well, right now it's this way, and that's the warp.
Okay, the warp, I use all my leftovers from my hide and peak. So it's recollect by Farmer's Daughter. And that's what I love about weaving. You could actually use all your leftover and put them somewhere.
I don't know if we can see the fringes, like all different colors.
Yeah. This was a pain in the ass
Yeah.
to set up, but the payout is so good. And I didn't know if the recollect would create a soft fabric. So on the weft, I've decided to use Opus by Walcott because this yarn is like super soft. And this was the right idea.
Yes.
It is lovely. I wore this one the whole time on vacation because it was just like a little bit cold. And it's a great, like all the shades of gray, which I love.
It looks very smart.
It is smart.
You look pretty.
And I added a little tag here. I think I'm gonna be too far, but there's a little fox on it. It's custom tags that I had made by Pearl and Hank, an amazing Canadian maker. She's from Calgary. She's in Alberta, but I'm not sure if it's Calgary. Manitoba. Sorry.
Winnipeg.
Really lovely.
Yes.
And after that, because once you finish a project, you just want to start a second one.
Yes.
If you've been following us for a while, you know that I'm obsessed with grays and I'm obsessed with fluffy yarn. And Surrey, I wanted to do a project of weaving to see how it will behave. And boy, was I right.
Well, the first thing, you didn't use it as the warp.
No.
Because that would have been so annoying.
Thankfully, you did the other one, so we knew about that.
You need your yarns to go to be kind of smooth. You can have like not scratchy, but grippy yarn.
But it has to be high twist or a lot of plies, so it could.
No, but not that. But you need them to separate well when you like go up and down your they're called sheds. But Serbi would have
make a big mess.
But you use another yarn. I don't remember what.
Yep, the other one was actually we can show them together. I've used hedgehog fiber, her Tweety yarn. It's a sport weight, and you can actually knit baby cereal, melted baby cereal. Is it melted baby? Is the baby melted or is the cereal was melted?
Melted baby cereal.
Okay, so it's the melted baby cereal. It's so weird, but I had this in my stash, and I felt like they would go really nicely together. And actually, you really don't see any difference between them because the little tweed plus the
Surrey or
the
speckles
next to the speckles look like the same thing. So it looks like I created a total new fabric, and it is so soft, and it tones down the fluffiness of the Surrey, but without getting rid of the softness. And I made this one extra big because I love having like a blanket.
I think it was the width of the almost the entire width of the loom, so
yeah,
about 20 inches I would say it's now. So.
And I think I used about 2 skein of hedgehog fiber and 3 or 4 on the other one, so it doesn't take that much yarn because it's really
it really I think it for this one I used about 20 something grams of each color, I think. So about like a skein and a quarter for all 6 colors, or a skein and a half maybe, and then another skein and a half or 2 skeins and a half for so
And on this one, there's the fringe aren't twisted because this one is a superwash yarn.
Yeah.
These one aren't. So I
Well,
was able to twist it and cut the little
the knot. Yeah,
the
you
knot
could
at the end.
twist those,
But
and
yeah, but it wouldn't stay together by themselves. But now this one I
yeah,
wore it a lot, and they're still nicely twisted.
yeah.
Some of them have little, but it gives them some little
You
wears.
could twist and make a knot, but then
It's not gonna stay as strong on this.
so that was it for the weaving. A lot of it. I made dishcloths.
Yeah, you have a second one. You need to.
Yeah, I
from
need to
stealing out.
hem. I need to hem the second one. But they're so nice. It's easy to do.
You can actually make like a lot of them back to back, where you just after that cut
Yeah.
and
Yeah, you just create like a long, warp, and then you can make like as many as you want, and then cut through them, hem them with the machine. Yeah, they're very nice to use. Might show them next time.
and now onto the knitting part.
Yes, because we did that also.
Yep. I've decided, usually around the holidays, I decided to pick a pattern, like a chunky knit that I couldn't make during the holidays. So, like a project that would take 5 to 10 days to have, like, by another designer, have something where it's totally mindless. I'm on a vacation, I could have drinks, I could have watched television, like, having fun, no stress. This year I decided to do something different. I wanted to finish all my whips. I wanted to start 2023 with like no project on the needles, or at least have made a big cleanup of what I wanted to keep or not. So I picked out one project that I've shown on the first episode of Les
Is it
Garçons.
really been that long?
Yeah, and I've started. It was a dormant, a sleeping
Sleeping whip.
for almost 3 years. And the worst thing is, I finished it in one night. So I could have been wearing it for like
Yeah, 2 years and a half.
Yeah,
And
it's a monster.
he had me dye all of the yarn, 18 skeins of Aran weight yarn. And then he didn't knit it for like
Well,
so long.
the pattern is amazing. It was from Woolfolk. It was a Woolfolk collection. It's a pattern by Annette Kaufman. It's a long cardigan that goes down to my knees, and I'm almost 6 feet. So that's a lot of knitting to do. And it's in blackberry stitch, which is that's why I fell in love with it. The construction was amazing. The blackberry stitch was so cool. But the thing is, I didn't like knitting blackberry stitch. It's on one side you purl three together, and then you purl knit into the same stitch.
Yeah.
And on the wrong side you purl all the stitches. So you never knit just like you have
Yeah,
any.
it's not as simple.
It's not as mindless because you always have to look like the purl three together on something that was a knit front back. It's so I was losing some of my patience, and I've actually only had to do this part up. So actually, the pattern that I wasn't enjoying to knit was only this part, and then it was like 3x3 ribbing. That's it. And it's the reason you've dyed it for me, and it's the reason why we created Max's Camo, because I was really excited to see how it could look on a sweater, and the pattern would actually break all the little black spots, so it really look like real camo.
I don't know if we be able to see, but yeah, it's like a very dark green with some black spots all over. They're not speckles. They're really like
Dashes
spots.
up, yeah. It's made to look like camo
Yeah.
at the end. It's
Okay.
planned pulling.
Oh, there we go. We
Yeah.
see it better.
And it's so old that it's a base we don't even have anymore. And
Yeah.
I'll stand up just so you can see. It's really long. It has pockets.
And I think it's because of I think it's because of that project that I discontinued the base, because it was a very heavy yarn. It was 100% superwash merino, and I don't know, I felt that it was so heavy
Oh yeah,
that
when I soaked
well,
it was holding the water in it big
yeah.
time.
So and the skeins were super long as well, so we had like to dye like almost get on the tippy toes,
Tippy
uh,
toes, tippy toes.
to dye the yarn. So I didn't like the base too much, but it's still like 100% merino. It's like it's a wonderful yarn, but dyeing it was not my uh preference.
But for honestly, for a house cardigan, I really don't mind the heaviness. And the other day I was knitting and I had the dog here and she just like closed it and she was sleeping and that's it's a perfect for that. So I just cannot I can't believe. So do honestly check in your bags. You have a dormant whip, a sleeping whip. Get to it. Maybe there's like one or two rows. Get it out.
Yeah,
And I had a cable that I needed for
and
such
then
a long time,
sell
and it
it
was on it.
or give it or sell it or give it. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you mean a cable?
yeah. I was searching for such a long
Yeah.
time. It was in the bag that was there for ages.
There you go.
So the Brumper cardigan by Annette Kaufman. It's if you have a friend that really like modern look, this would be for them. But you have to
Yeah.
be really patient.
But I think the yarn that's suggested, maybe yarn, what's it, Woolfolk? It's
Would
more
be
of
yeah.
a, would be better. It's more of a woolen spun. It would be a lot less heavy.
Yeah, like you
But
could go with a Brooklyn tweed. Anything that would be woolen
yeah.
spun would be more
Oh yeah,
airy.
shelter would be good, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really happy. I wore it a lot since, and I've even took time to block it. Added my little. Did I? Yeah. Added my little
Little
foxes at
tag.
the end.
Yeah.
It's
How many tags do you
I
have?
got like 50 just to make sure. I didn't know if I was gonna put it like on seaming project or anything else. I didn't want to run out.
Yeah. And I also did a little cardigan during the winter break.
In one day, right? Compared compared to mine.
Well, yours took also one day.
Yeah.
No, it took me a little bit more than one day, but it's so small and cute. It's not for me, obviously.
Adorable.
I got to test the little Lotu pattern by Anna Joanna.
So it's the brown episode for you. I didn't realize
Yes,
how.
I should have worn brown.
Why are you using that color, Vincent?
Maybe because it's called Vincent's Highland Coup. That was the color that was developed for Max's single malt, the original sample that
'Cause
I stole and wear sometimes.
that's the an advantage of being in a gay couple.
Yes.
We always steal each other's knits.
Yes. Because he knits more than me, so I get to wear knits. Um, yeah, so I made this little cardigan, little Lotu. It's for my soon to be born nephew. And I made the 12 months size because it's kind of gonna fit probably the baby. We you never know, right? With babies when
They have the
stuff is
weirdest
gonna
names
fit,
of
and
size.
if it's
Yeah.
gonna fit for 1 week or 1 month or half an hour, you don't know. Probably maybe won't like wearing that, but still. Um,
We'll get a nice photo.
yeah, we'll get one nice photo and then everything's gonna be worth it. Uh, so it's gonna go to my sister soon as I sew the buttons that I got today or yesterday. Um, I don't know if we're gonna be able to zoom enough, maybe to show the details, but it has a little like fern. Um, I don't know what you call that in English, but burine, like the
Do you want me to create a word?
fire, yeah, fire engraved, maybe
Wood carved.
wood cart. Well,
Burned, wood carved, burned.
yeah,
Yes.
fire engraved.
Burned into it.
Yeah. So it has like a little pattern there. Maybe you can tell us what it's called and we'll know. So I'm gonna sew the little buttons. I followed the pattern completely, except that I added two little buttonholes because the pattern has only three for all sizes at the top, but mine I calculated that mine, I could make like five, yeah, evenly spaced.
And yours are smaller too than on the pattern, I think. Are they?
No, it called for
Same?
like 3/4 inch.
Okay.
Like that's what I ordered. Yeah, got that.
It's really nice and brioche.
Yeah, it's a brioche cardigan.
Can it be
They show the
reversible
back.
or it seemed?
No, oh, that's another thing I changed, but that's me. Um, oops, sorry. I seamed the underarm, but then it would be reversible, apart from the buttons that would be on the wrong side
Mm.
when there's buttons. But yeah, it's brioche, so
But
it's
brioche is fun. It has
yeah.
always two nice side.
So it would be that has like little increases that creates a nice thing.
And
Yeah,
Naturana has really creative pattern. They're really,
it's
really amazing.
super, like it's easy to do. It's like an easy brioche project. If you're new to brioche, I wouldn't recommend it for a first brioche project, but it would be a nice, yeah,
It could be a gauge swatch for making the big.
yes. Well,
Oh, the
swatching brioche is like annoying, but
yeah, because it's
because
stretched a
I
lot, so
had
you
to
never know.
restart.
Yeah,
Yeah, you never know. Like it should be, I think, measured, the swatch measured unstretched, and then you can stretch it. But that's another issue. But yeah, it's Vincent's Island Coup, same colorway. And then the blue, the interior or the second color is Louis Shade, and it's knit in BFL Suck, so it's fingering weight. Yeah, there you go. Super fun, easy, quick, and my nephew's gonna be so cute.
and in my quest of finishing all my whips, I like it's all with the video game theme, like a quest of finishing what you have. Um, I started this like a year
But
ago.
when did you start?
What I'm wearing.
Oh,
It's the So Basic sweater, a sweater by me. It's my third one that I'm knitting. Um,
are you obsessed with yourself?
the thing is, I wanted to have obsessed. No, obsessed with the pattern, yes, because I really love the fit on this one. Um, I had this yarn in my stash for a while. It's Brooklyn Tweed Luft in the color Postcard because I've discovered my love of pink and muted pink. And this one, it's really like a pale gray with a hint of pink. But the tweed on this one are actually magenta or even red at
Yeah,
some point. So it just created a light.
like cherry red, kind of.
And this saturated color, hello, that's me, with pink. I don't know, I just fell in love with it. And I bought this yarn from, we visited that store. It's in BC on the island. No, from Beehive Wool. Yeah, from Beehive Wool Shop.
Be okay.
Is it
Oh yeah,
yeah.
on Victoria.
In Victoria, yeah, that we visited. I bought it online because I fell in love with the color and it was the only place I could get it. And I wanted to make the Wool and Honey by Andrea Mowry because you made one that you've actually
Yeah,
customized for yourself for like divided the torso and everything. But right before we're going on vacation, I didn't have any mindless project with me. And I
uh,
wanted to bring something in the plane and everything. And I wasn't sure that the Wool and Honey would be mindless at first, knowing that I wanted to change like the height like you did.
yeah.
And
It's not the mindless.
I
Well,
just wanted to knit stockinette stitch, honestly. And I realized I don't have a lot of sweater quantity in my stash. It's mostly like up to 3 skein for a shawl. But this one I had it, so I thought it would be like a nice way of using this yarn. And boy, was I right.
and boy,
Boy, it is so soft. And Loft changed so much once you blocked it. It's so airy. I'm gonna be able to wear this even in spring, honestly. And all my first sweaters were more on the slim fits side. Now I prefer relaxed fit, so I always go one size up than I was doing before. So I was knitting size 3 mostly for myself. Now
yeah,
I'm knitting size 4, so it's more roomier There's even more space, and I've started to have even more length in my sleeve because I feel like I need them to be just a little bit longer, and it is so comfy. Like, and I finished it like 4 days ago, so it's blocked, and it's the second day I'm wearing it, and I'm not taking it off. It's gonna be worn a lot in festival. You're gonna see me wearing this one because it can
Yeah.
breathe. It's not gonna be too hot. Love the color. Pretty simple, but it's in fingering weight. And why I designed it actually is for guys. There weren't a lot of fingering weight sweater. It was mostly bulky
Oh my
or
God.
worsted.
There's a reason for that.
I know there's because it's really long. It's really long to knit.
Yeah.
For those of you, if you knit it for yourself or for your partner, you've been totally brave. And I hope there wasn't any
It's a
boyfriend
lot of
curse.
stitches, but there's other.
It's easy, yeah. But
Yeah.
if you don't like mind listening in stockinette stitch, well, this is pretty much just that. And
Yeah.
the only detail is on the sleeve. There's a slight ribbing pattern, but it's not really. It doesn't really have some stretch. It's just for detail.
Yeah.
That add little something.
Looks nice.
Thank you.
And I made two of the same things because I like apparently torturing myself. But no, we needed the pattern for the holiday mystery box. We had to find a pattern, but then also make sure that we don't use too much yarn or too little yarn also, because we didn't want people to be left with leftovers and have them make like a sock and then
Yeah, because it's our third year doing a holiday box, or
Yeah.
second year with a pattern in it, and I've the one who started working on the pattern first, and
Yeah.
I've realized if you gave me three skein and say design something, my brain doesn't work like that. I'm unable to make anything
Yeah.
fit. I find it too stressful of being
he shuts down.
totally, and it has to be something organic, otherwise I stress. So for this one, we decided to do the opposite and start with the design, see if it works with the quantity of yarn we have,
Yeah.
and then we inputted the colors in it.
Yeah, but then also we kind of modified the design
Yeah,
to
we
use
made it
all
work.
of the yarn.
Yeah.
We made it work. So I'm gonna show you the design. And that's the prototype. That's the first one I made using our stash of minis. We have a box full. It's called the treasure box, full of test minis.
I've moved it from the treasure box because there were too many now. We're
yeah.
gonna do bundles soon because it's
Oh, yeah.
overflowing with mini
Well,
skein.
you heard it here first.
So-
Mini skein bundles.
You too, you did.
Yeah, I did too. I heard it here. So yeah, we just took 8 because we knew we wanted to do the same things as the previous years, which is 2 full skeins and 8 minis for a total of 10 skeins, and then 2 other things to do a 12-day box. So we knew what we were working for, so we had to find basically
We assembled colors together that we knew would give us an idea of how the color would act together.
what we could do. Yeah, and so we have one of the minis is in the corrugated ribbing with the main yarn, and then you have like 6 other minis for every chevron line, and then you have the 8th mini, which makes a little twisted drawstring. So that was the first one. Oh,
And there's hello.
hello. Well, this one's boring because it's gray.
But it's that one has some texture to it, which is fun.
Yeah,
There's
it's-
like light.
I don't know.
It's really light speckling.
Like it's naturally dyed cereal. Like it's not. Sorry, it's not boring. But when you see the other one, the pop of color.
Well, you get
yes.
the same effect of this one being complementary as being
Yeah.
different from the outside. The other one is
See the
Well, before you show
Okay.
the final, our box this year was called Holidays with the Yetis.
Yeah.
So it was a winter themed for winter, but with little Yetis everywhere. So on day one,
you had the full skein with 2 little progress keepers,
There's a little candy cane and a little
yeah,
tree.
little candy cane in a tree, and then you had that was day 2.
I'll try to hold as much as I can with them.
Yeah, that was day 2, and then day 3, a little pink, and then 4. No, sorry, forgot. Day 3 was the little ornament that we started including in the box. So it's a little Yeti animal,
Animal pen.
Pin. But it's not a pin; it's an ornament. But yeah,
Yeah.
so it's made of animal.
Animal ornament. That's a
enamel.
tongue twister.
Wow, enamel ornament.
Are you
there
Max
go.
or Vincent?
I'm enamel. There you go. So that was day 3. That was day 4. And then day 5, a little green. Day 6, a little bit more green. And then we go into the blues. So day 7, day... Okay, I'll day 7, day 8, which is like a dark blue, like super desaturated dark blue, and then day 9, I believe. Day 10.
Day 10 is actually a handmade candle. Yeah.
So hand poured candle from Muji has a little Yeti label. It's called Snowy Forest. It was cedar and fig. Smells so good.
Montreal maker.
Yeah.
He's not full time doing this.
Smell this.
Yep.
Smell this. It's actually the studio one because we like it a lot. And day 11.
And I don't know, I hope you guys watch Needles already. And Kevin and Ray asked if the color of this one, which is...
It's called, they all have like a first name, like we like to name the yarns. So the colorways, sorry. This one is called Cordelia the Yeti. And yes, it's for Cordelia Chase, the character in Buffy and Angel. But it's also because it's in French, a drawstring in French is called a cordon.
A cord.
Well, but it's not called a cord in English.
It's the same shape as a cord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where it comes from. Cordelia, cord. Well, very original.
I Cordelia would have been.
Yeah, but it's not an I cord. It's a twisted.
That's true.
Drawstring.
Twisted. Oh, and 1 second. You talked about Cordelia. Can we just say she's one of the most underrated characters because she is so freaking funny.
We've been rewatching Buffy and Angel recently, and I've watched it so many times, but he hasn't.
Yeah, we watched them until the season we are at now, and then we just forgot to follow it. So I never seen how both of the series end.
Oh, yeah, and we're watching them as they would play.
One episode, the other one. Make sure there's two.
One angel, one Buffy. Sometimes there's 2 angels and then 2 Buffys.
But it makes more sense.
But when you have, because there were a lot of crossovers, so it's a bit more logical that way. But
big love for Cordelia.
Cordelia the Yeti, and then the last one was this very bright Surrey alpaca.
Love it.
Skein with a little Yeti Progress Keeper as well. These colorways, not all of them, but I can...
No. Some of them will become version of colors.
So these 4 will... At least these 4 will be on the website, will become official colorways.
Well, you will adapt some of it.
Yeah, they'll be adapted, but this one will be without speckles, a little bit darker, and this one's a little bit darker as well, but a little sage green. I think this one's going to be, we have to test it, but it's going to be as is. It's a very nice teal. And this one will probably just test it and make sure it's okay, but I think it's going to be as is.
Did you try it on sock base too?
No, that's it. We'll
Okay,
have
then
to
it's
try it
sweet.
on other bases before we commit. But so we'll have that. I know that Kieran, hi Kieran, wanted maybe this one as well. We'll see how much time we have.
Hold them in together and all.
Okay.
It's not that easy, right? And here's what it looked like as the final pattern.
Holy.
So the concept was to sort of create a fade from the top to the bottom without having all the colors be through fades. So it's mostly, as you saw, solid colors. Some of them have some light speckles.
Yeah, you have like some speckles here, speckles there, some variegation in those two skeins that we kind of forced, but yeah, it's mostly solid.
And it's like, it's a bit like an introvert, like me. You're all calm on the outside, and inside, bam! It's the party.
Yeah, it's like
It's
very nice. And when you wear it,
this is designed for Canadian winter.
when you wear it, let's see. Let's hope I don't mess up the hair. But you can see like just a little pop of color here. It's nice, super warm.
It's a great project for if it's your first time doing color work. If you already know how to knit in the round, this is only knit 3 with one color, knit 3 with the other one, and then on the second round, on the third round, you switch the side.
Every 2 rounds. Well, you switch. Yeah. It's called the Yeti's cowl. We haven't named it, because we've named it, but we haven't told you his name yet. It's the Yeti's cowl. It has folded brim so that you can put a drawstring in it.
Corrugated ribbon,
corrugated ribbing, and then stranded color work, and then a suri lining. Is essential because it's soft, it's warm, it's for Canadian winters.
And we'll let you down on a little secret why we're always using suri as lining. For us guys, suri and beard, it doesn't felt. Mohair will felt on us. It would create like a fuzzy effect.
Not felt, but pill.
Pills. Yeah, I never know the difference between pill and felt. And like normal other yarn next to our beard will really make an effect on it. On this one doesn't, and you don't have like little things on it.
Yeah, you don't end up with like little specks of very bright very bright green, not green, red, green, or pink. It has in the pattern another new obsession is a twisted drawstring. It's very easy to make, a lot less time consuming than knitting an I-cord if you have an I-cord maker, and you'll see something later.
But this is like making mini skeins, so we've actually linked a tutorial in the pattern. You could go and see it and see how to do this and apply it to your leftover yarn to reskein it properly. If you want to.
Yeah, exactly.
Be a nice
just not cut it, because this one you have to cut.
Yeah.
But you also have the instructions to do an I-cord if you want. You do whatever you want. And for the first time, I had it cross here in the middle. So when you pull it, it really pulls it in, and it's super nice.
It's extra Canadian.
Extra Canadian. It's called the Yeti's cowl. It's on the shop. It's in the shop, and on our Ravelry, English and French. There you
go. And one last project that I finished for myself, because you finished another one, is a new design. I finished this one just right before the holidays, so I didn't have to design anything or finish up anything during the holiday. Yeah. When Amy from La Bien-Aimée came to Montreal last year, she brought with us our new base that she was going to launch soon, which is now out for a while. It's the Merino Boucle. I'm not going to say buckle. Boucle. It's...
Buckle.
It could be an alternative to Cereal Alpaca. It's not going to replace any mohair because it doesn't have any...
fuzz
to it. it's really a nice yarn to work with. You have to find the right project to it. This looks amazing in stockinette stitch because it's gonna create a totally different fabric where you don't really see the stitch. But if you use this in color work with small detail, you will lose them all. So you make sure that if you use this, you have big detail. For example, I made the yesteryear sweater for her book. This would work nicely in the yoke because my shapes are really, really big. And these are the colors she had with her. I didn't pick them. I wouldn't have even picked them because it's way too bright for what I usually do. But I love them so much and I really wanted to work with them. So I've set myself a goal to make something with this. And when I saw them, the only thing I had in mind was like confetti. Like I wanted to make something with big squares, not squares, rectangle that would represent like a modern way of expressing
Sorry.
that concept. You threw the Yeti on the floor.
Poor you.
And I knew I wanted to play with that. I didn't know if it's gonna be like a cowl, a sweater, or like a shawl. And while I was doing my research, I thought that for doing the technique I wanted, I will have to use intarsia, which can be difficult. But if you do intarsia flat, it's easy. And then I was looking at what does it look like, or is it difficult to do garter stitch with intarsia? Turns out it's so freaking easy. Simple. Like there's no purling, nothing. So I made an entire intarsia little shawl with this yarn. And it looks like confettis.
Doo-doo.
I'm so happy how it looks like. It is, I'm using the colors that I've showed you for the shapes here. It just really had a little texture, so you get a really great definition. And for the main color, the grays, she has two base, Helix and Felix. These one are lace weight and are meant to be used with a second yarn. You could mix it with Kumo with her lace weight Suri, or put them together. Her Felix is a white base.
Yes.
Correct? And her
base,
Helix is a gray base. So I've decided to mix them both together to create a little header effect that really helps sell out the fluorescence.
Yeah.
Like how
the colors are
bright.
popping.
Yeah. It really helps them. And I've been able to do the whole gray with two skein of a total of two skein, one Felix, one Helix. And then some, as you can see here, I have a lot of leftovers. You could do even other project with this.
Yeah, or even use just one color and then have lots left over, or use two, or use five.
It's knitted at a gauge of sport weight. So I'm guessing a skein and a half of sport weight would do exactly this. And I made it small so that here is the maximum of different bobbins or skein you would need. So what I would do, if you do exactly this one, wind up together the Helix and Felix as one strand, and then when you have the big cake, divide it in three. So you will always have one on each side, and the strands won't be a big mess because you're not using it as often. I made sure to place them to have it really manageable the whole time.
You don't need like 18 bobbins of...
Yeah, exactly. And I've decided to have it organic, so I was adding the little squares in my chart as you go. So for this one, honestly, there's like written instruction for the little beginning, and then it's follow the chart until the end. It is so easy to follow. It's really quite fun. And this is what... So you give you a little cowl effect shawl, because in September, October, November, which month in Burr?
December?
No, we went to a knitting retreat.
November.
In November. In November, we went to a knitting retreat, and most of the people there were wearing really small shawls because it was an estate house, but inside it was like many little fireplaces, so it was quite warm at some places. So having like big shawls, like blankets that I usually wear, would be too hot. But I've never made any small,
Small show.
can I call it small? Small and shawl together, small. I've never really designed any small. Fuck. I've never designed
beep that.
shawl that are this small. Make more sense. And I'm really loving it. It's really adding little pops of color. I really want to see someone make this one, but with her. It's anime naru, the color of it. It's her
Yeah.
light purple with like her golden rod and like maybe a black. Option are endless, or even someone making it the background all black and then the
Yeah,
funfetti.
that would be a black background.
Yeah. And I need your help. I need to find a name. I'm playing with the words funfetti and confetti, but I don't know if I want to use this one by itself, or do I party on the needle? Do I make it fun or simple? I'm
So
really
if you
not
have a
sure.
name suggestion
Let me
with
know.
that, let us know or
But
let
it has
him know,
yeah. It has to be in that hooray because I just
because else he just like
otherwise I'm gonna go into Pun Town and
yeah,
my
and then
puns
he
are
just like walks around the apartment
yeah.
saying like confetti, confetti, fetty, fetty, funfetti.
Well, today I realized that I'm a big fan of Little Mix, and one of their album is called Confetti. So I listened to the song over and over. I'm like,
Oh,
can
well,
I
maybe
name
you
it the
could
whole
just call it confetti.
confetti? Drop it like confetti. All night on. Okay, well, I'm not gonna sing.
Yeah,
I
no,
just
don't
like
sing.
don't make
We
me sing.
we forgot one thing that was in the box.
Oh yeah,
Little project bag or little bag. It has like Les Garçons on the back,
and the Yeti.
drawstring, and the Yeti. Yeah. So that was just another little thing that was in the box. It was a super fun box.
I'm
We
really proud.
love-
That's my favorite one we've made.
Yeah.
It's the first year where everything came together easily with the original vision we had. The packaging, where I was so happy and how quick
Yeah.
and fun they were.
And it was not because we were by ourselves this time, but it was the first one we did by ourselves as well. So it was like a little bit more stressful. So it was
a little
very
bit.
well.
It was
maybe-
way more stressful,
Okay.
but well, it's just yeah. Really happy with the result.
For me, it was not. We found the colorways, I think, more
Because I did all
easily.
the planning before. You had less. No, we divided the stress evenly. That's no. It was
Maybe
amazing.
I handle it a little bit more well.
That
There you
that's
go.
right.
So little Yeti, very proud of the box. Sorry to have stolen your confetti thunder.
And there's only one product left that you made.
Yes, a little Opus hat. Max design. Did you bring? Yeah, I don't.
Yep, I have them.
Max design the Opus hat and
A matching cowl.
matching cowl. A little twisted
Place it properly.
cowl like this with,
With
a
the
matching hat.
Nice joint.
Yes. Oh, it looks good. And so I tested the hat and made one for myself, basically. I used the original colorways from the Opus shawl. And yeah, the Opus shawl takes 2 skeins of the light gray and then 1 skein of each other color, and the hat and cowl can be made with 1 skein of 4 colors. And you can make both project with it.
If you've made the shawl before, you
Probably
should have enough.
Yeah,
to
probably
make.
can make
Yeah.
a hat also. It has a folded brim with a ribbing, but inside is stuck in it, so you don't have to do twice the ribbing. How ingenious!
And also, actually, yes, thank you. But the inside, I made it a different color just to make sure that if you
Oh, yeah.
made the shawl before and you're not sure if you have enough yarn, while the inside doesn't,
can use
you don't
any
really
color.
see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use any color to
You
make.
can use
to hide it.
anything. And then full the brim, little same motif, and then big pom pom or not, you choose. Yeah. So that was one of my last 2022 project.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, because I made it after the cowl. Yeah. And I finished a little cardigan in 2023. So, no, that's a lie. Anyway, very happy with the hat. No, I have my hair tied up. It won't look nice. I won't try. So that was all of the whips. No, the whips, the finished. It was all of the finished projects.
So after that, my needles are clear. There's nothing old in any of my bags. Maybe at the bottom of the stash there might be something that I don't know exists, but otherwise
I don't see what's in front there. But there's probably a whip or two in there hidden.
No, I didn't make there. I did the big cleanup.
Those are mine, but there's a lot in there.
There's no shaming in amounts of whip that we have. We're all in the same.
No. Yeah. Well, let's talk about whips. Am I the first one? No. Yes.
Yep.
A big whip. Well, yeah. So I'm working on another test knit. So I test knitted the little Lotu, as I mentioned. And I'm working on another test knit at the moment. Hi.
Hello. Yeah, I just realized it was next to me, so I might have.
Yes. The designer is gorgeous.
Is he?
Yes.
Are they? I don't know if it's.
So I'm working on the House of Diamond by Maxime Cyr.
Thank you, Jean-Philippe, our friend, for finding the name.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely love it.
It's a nice name.
Yeah. Come through, House of Diamond.
So I'm done. It's a round yoke color work. Round color work, round yoke. Anyway.
Yoked color work.
Yoked, no.
Stranded color work, yoke.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes. And it's not for total beginners. It's more on the advanced color work type thing because you have a lot of I don't know if you can point them, but a lot of 3-color rows, like at the bottom of the diamonds you have a little shadow type thing.
To my defense, I did a lot of 2-color work lately, and my first were complicated illustration with 3 colors.
Yes.
This one, my goal was to do something that looked traditional, but had a little modern twist to it.
Yeah.
And my way of seeing this was adding little highlights, like in the diamonds, and shadows around it. But shadows and highlights mean adding another color.
Yeah, another color, but
it's easy to remember.
It's easy to knit. It's easy. Yeah, the chart is not too complicated. You don't have like lots and lots and lots of twisting and everything, but you have a good number of 3-color rows.
Yeah.
That being said, the yarn that he used is Les Garçons British DK. Is wonderful for color work.
And it's your first time working with it.
Yes.
You were like, "Oh, that's so nice." I'm like, "I know. I've made so many projects with it,
but I don't have time to knit it."
That's true.
I know it looks good, but I've never actually knitted it before this, and yeah, I really loved it. I'm working on a size 6, 52-inch. That will kind of be for me, kind of be for Tanya for the photo shoot. So less. Oh, we have a visitor that woke up. So Tanya's gonna wear that for the photo shoot, and then I wanted to wear it as well, so it's gonna be a little bit with more ease, which is fine.
I think you're gonna love it because that's what I'm loving lately.
It's a little bit more ease than I usually would do, but I've tried it many times, and It's going to be a nice warm sweater because you know that those like three color rows. That's two strands of well, three strands of yarn, so it's
But
heavy and
it's gonna be
thick.
warm here, but then this one breeds. It's
Yeah,
has a similar effect as loft or shelter, where it's woolen spun. So all woolen spun mean that in it they add a lot of. They don't add, but they leave the air in it. So there's a lot of space for the heat to travel. It's keeping it inside, but not
yeah, and
heavily.
and working on a sleeve. I actually have no needles there, so I'm gonna be
Careful.
careful because I tried it on yesterday. Working on a sleeve before attacking the body. I have to finish very quickly because I think
Want to do the photo shoot soon?
the
When
deadline for the test is in 10 days, but then the photo shoot has to be done before that. So,
and I have a little employee on
yeah,
my
I'm going to show
well
it.
employee. I'm sorry. She's the boss.
Yeah, apparently she's the boss.
She's the other co-founder of Les Garçons. I own
So
51% of this
this
company.
is the original. Yeah, I'm showing the front. This is the original one.
I've used natural for the gray, Remy's peach for the,
Yeah, the peachy color, and then Edith's Butler.
and these two colors were actually new colors you developed.
Yeah,
And when I saw them together, I was just like, I, I'm sorry, these one
yeah,
are not for sale. I'm doing something, and this was actually my COVID design that I had to do the yoke twice just because COVID brain wasn't able to
yeah.
made so many stupid
Mistakes in
mistakes.
it.
Yeah, but then I just feel like this is my second version of the yoke, and I'm
Oh,
so
and
happy
it
with it.
has. You didn't see it on mine because
You're not there
not there
yet.
yet. Has a little color work here at the sleeve, and then an extra long cuff, and the sleeve is actually also extra long. It's supposed to go like up to
Yeah,
here.
you get that kind of effect.
Yeah.
You can sleeves are usually customizable
Oh yeah,
easily.
you could
It's
do.
you finish the decrease until like here, and then you can customize if you want it longer, depending on the person who's gonna wear it.
And I'm using mini sweet and natural for the gray, and then the purple, which is going to be the main color, is called Carmen's Story.
Lovely.
Yep.
Um, Again on the quest of finishing old whips. This is a pattern that was included in. Yeah. Again, why was it dormant for so long?
Yep.
It's a pattern that was included with the Olan Advent box of last year. And on each day, you were receiving an email where you open the mini and you can actually knit it directly. Love the idea. Was super into it from day one to I think 18. And then the holidays started happening, and you just lose your knitting mojo because you're doing many other things like last minute gift knitting and everything. So I was up till here. The pattern would continue up till here, I think, which I haven't worked on for the past year. When I saw it, I'm like, there's honestly, it's been there for such a long time. There's a lot of stitches. There's no way I'm gonna finish it. But I could find a way to use up what was left and finish it.
Yeah, not waste oops.
Yeah,
Not
because
waste
it's really I made a lot of work into it. I love what she did. The design was by Flaxfield. Was it Flaxfield? French circle
Flaxfield Design.
Flaxfield Design.
Yeah.
They're both friends in real life, and so I've decided to do an I-cord bind off in the same green color, and at the end use the lasking that was in the clubs mixed with two of the other minis to add fringe. So I'm gaining an extra like 4 inch, which would be close to what the finish length would be. And who knew I cheated?
Yeah.
The,
I do.
the designer will know, I'm sure.
And I do too.
And you have to go look it
And
up.
they all do.
Now they all do. Yeah, I should have said. The rule in cheating: don't say you cheat. So it's gonna be so nice. It still needs a good blocking because I think I'm gonna be able to straight out all the fringed, and
Yeah.
then I'm gonna trim it to the right length.
Size. Yep.
But adding the fringe, I'm almost done because there's all this way not done. This is 3 nights of adding fringe. So the good
Yeah.
thing about weaving is the fringe come with the project.
Yeah.
Adding it, it's
Adding it afterwards, not fun. None that's fun. But
so this might go on the couch here. Might be a gift. I don't know. It's just so
it
pretty.
looks great. Yes.
Love everything Olans is doing. The mill yarn, her dyeing skills are incredible.
And then I was on a quest to
Are
knit.
you on the quest?
Yeah, I'm on a
wagon?
quest as well. I was on a quest to knit with leftovers, or no, that's not true. My mom's husband has been wanting slippers forever. Every Christmas is like, where are my slippers? Why don't you?
Slippers in French is a cute word called pantoufle. We would
Is
say
it
this.
cute though? Anyway,
Pantoufle is well
anyway.
in France they won't say this word, but in Quebec, but
No,
he
I think yeah. Anyway,
did they say pantoufle?
yeah. It's another thing.
But his version of it, I've never heard of it. He says tuf tuf.
Yeah.
So every winter, where's my
Like,
tuf tuf? Where's my
where my
tuf tuf?
toof toof? Why don't you knit me something? Why don't you knit me slippers?
Tuf
Like
tuf.
you can buy them. They're cheaper. But then I was inspired by Brent. Hi Brent, who posted that he had made slippers for himself using leftovers, I think also. So I asked him like, how's the pattern? What did you use? What needles and what yarn? He told me like, "Ugh, I should make them. And then I looked at the pattern and figured it would take me like, it took me for a pair for him, for my mom's husband, it took me about 3.5 hours for the pair, including seaming and weaving in the ends. Very easy project. It used about 70 grams of of leftover yarn, and so you can use whatever you want. It's like a worsted um, gauge. Yeah, it's a worsted gauge, but I use two fingerings.
Does the
With
pattern require two fingering, or it's
no,
written
I
for
think it's
worsted?
written DK
Okay.
even or worsted. I
Okay.
don't, but it's 4 millimeter needles and DK or something. But I use two strands of fingering and 4.5 millimeter needles because I'm a tight knitter. And I made these. Well, not this one. This one's mine because I was jealous. It's made with the leftover from the holiday mystery box because you get some leftovers. You could do another cowl almost if you get like a new main skein.
Striped socks. There's
Stripes
plenty of
up,
yeah.
yeah. Lots of ways to use the leftovers, but I chose this one. I've made one that I'm gonna lengthen a little bit. It's missing a little bit um, length, and yeah, I might do the next one with a tighter needle because I think it's a little bit too loose for me. But that's another thing. It's like I said, it takes like an hour and a half to make one super quick project.
It's really a nice spin on the traditional.
Yeah,
Does it have a name, or it's just
it's called the Simple House Slipper
okay.
by Temple of Knit.
Look at you knowing things
Yes,
by heart.
by heart. I don't even have because it's not written there because you just
No,
wrote.
I didn't know what it was.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
pattern.
Uh, yeah, simple. Well, it's an easy name to remember. The Simple House Slipper, Temple of Knit. Super easy pattern, 3 sizes. You can customize. Very easy to adapt as well to what you want. So that was my other whip.
Sweet.
Yep.
And last time I'm talking about the quest. Okay. Swear.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that quest.
Yeah. I got for again a different project. I think we're all like that, where we saw a nice pattern, we buy yarn for it, and do we do that pattern? Sometimes, but not all the times. We always have the best intention in the world. But I bought this from Pearl Soho. It's Gentle Giant. It's I think it's just gray, pigeon gray. Sorry, the color is pigeon gray. and I had 8 skein of this in my stash. It was supposed to be like a big scarf, and this in the stash takes a lot of place.
Yeah, a lot of space
Yeah,
because
space.
it's 100 and is it 100
On
grams?
25. Yeah.
125. Yeah. So it's and 48 yards. So like it's very super bulky.
It's really, really soft. And so
Yeah.
far, it didn't
Bill.
pill a lot. So with this one, I got it on sale a couple of years ago. I I was like, we could do a throw for the house, like a little blanket. So I decided to make one in brioche.
Oh, it's longer than last time.
Yep. And brioche stitch in super large.
Yeah, in super bulky. Yeah.
It's so cool. It's extra squishy and it's gonna look so nice on the bed, or I don't know exactly where I'm gonna put it. So yeah, so see, this is the one that was on me for a while and moved a lot, and it didn't really.
Yeah, it's the beginning of the project, and it still looks
And
good.
I'm not gonna use it as a normal blanket, so it's gonna be for decor, that less for use. So that's what I have so far with my big needle. Now Lola's gonna be happy. She's a min pin,
Yeah.
and she always loved to be under blankets. So this is what I've knit so far. And with the 8 skein I had, I bought it 2 years ago actually. I didn't have enough, and luckily during the holidays, Pearl Soho had a sale, so I made some measurement to see how many I needed. So I bought what I needed during the sale, and I think I like joined here, and 2 years later,
Yeah, still the same
no
color.
different. Yeah,
Yeah.
no difference in between. So I'm like really happy. And since I was in love with doing this, I'm like, how can I turn this? No, not how, but it just gave me the idea of I could turn it into some kind of designs. And where's my swatch? Our friend New from Heidenhammer sent us in a video chat in
A video.
fall.
Yeah, it was in the fall, I think.
In our group chat, she sent us a video of her doing a long I cord with a drill
And an I-cord maker.
in an I cord maker.
Not
But
just
just-
Not just with a power drill.
hey, big mess. And then Jonathan came out with his new vlog, Jonathan Days, where he talks about that because he's in another group with her, and she sent it there too. So I'm like, can I do an I cord and then use it to do brioche? And this is my test.
Oh.
The whole green is 1 skein, so this is 110
Grams.
grams. And the other one was a leftover. I just wanted to see how it would look together. And it is extra, extra squishy. So I'm thinking of turning this design just a little bit smaller so it's reasonable into a small throw using hand-dyed skein to create a big fade.
Yeah. Or, well, any skein.
Yeah, that's my thing. I want to write it and use what I have here, but let's be honest. We all have a lot of skeins that we love in our stash that we have it for a while and never used. Love looking at them. So why not look at them on the couch?
Yeah. It's
So-
gonna be like a great. So you want to make that into a tutorial
Yeah.
to not so much of a pattern because it's just
It's just
like it's
brioche.
just brioche, flat, somewhat easy, but a tutorial to know how to make your own I-cord
Because this one,
easily with an I-cord maker.
Yeah.
Hopefully, because you're not gonna knit
no, don't.
knit it, but
Because this was made on Sunday and took the whole day. I had multiple
well, to
meltdowns
learn.
to learn and figure out how to make
We-
it properly.
We talked about how he handles
Yes,
Earlier.
meltdown.
meltdowns with I-cords.
Yes.
And well, and because you don't use a power drill very often, let's
Who knew
tell
power
people.
drill and knitting would be such a great combo? But yeah,
And I don't use the power drill very often. Also, the only time I had to recharge the battery was when we made that. So there you go. So we're gonna make a tutorial, probably video, probably we.
so now with
Still-
my setup, this took me to make a whole ball, which would be like chunky weight. You get around 40 yard, I
Yeah,
think,
so
30,
yeah,
40. You get, it took me 40 minutes. And I'm guessing for, if we talk in skein, the blanket would take around 17 skein. But do not buy 17 skein. You use this from your stash. There's a way to do a magic knot in
you
between.
have 17 skeins in your
Yeah,
stash.
if you have a stash, you have at least 17 skein. You could work together. And I'm seeing me. I'm gonna do a fade, but imagine it being all gray, but with some little leftover you add into it, which would make really big and bold confettis. And
Yeah,
what I love with the variegated yarn is the variegated spot turn into big confettis. It again,
yeah, big speckles.
big
Yeah.
speckles. Yeah, it's another way of using a
Very-
yarn that will look differently than if you use it for stockinette.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna work on that pretty soon. Well, I'm gonna use the power drill for the next 2 weeks to get all
Yeah,
my
and
skein
maybe
needed.
buy a new acorn maker because you're
Yeah, I got one from Amazon. It's just
cheap,
fine.
but it's
It does the work. I don't think there's really one that
no,
is
no.
good.
It was $20. It was cheap. You just remove the handle, and then you put in the drill in there, and then it just turns.
But all of them I've seen is they always say read the instruction, which is true because you cannot use it exactly as a sock machine, but it used the same
Yeah, it's same principle
method,
as
but
knitting machine.
yeah,
but-
same principle.
So that's gonna be coming soon,
Yep.
ish. So as you can see behind us, this way,
Look over
everywhere.
there and there.
There's plenty of yarn in the shop. We have also added a few patterns in the bundles, well, kits bundles section. It has new For Fox's Sake bundles.
Our friend Jean-Philippe created a design, the
Yep.
Nordic hat,
There's the Nordic hack bundles. There's
the new
also
Opus shawl. Not shawl.
yeah, with the Opus cowl and hat that we created.
So there's the new
Bundles
original
one?
one.
Yeah.
That's
The-
that's the one I use for my sample. So there's the green one. You have the original
Yeah,
one.
I have here the original Opus colorways. So goldenrod, ink, stormcloud, and then gray.
I'm sorry, but we need to do a Golden Girl team colorway or something. You said golden girl.
Golden girls. Yeah, well, there's already a Betty's White.
Oh, so we're missing Blanche's
Bla-
Blanche's Devereaux.
So this one was this one.
But I'm just gonna do a little.
No, okay. And then
No. If you've watched the Golden Girls, and I hope you have, if you haven't, what are you doing on YouTube? You have to find a way to watch it. It took me a while to convince him and Tanya and everyone. It's the best thing ever. In the characters, I'm Rose, and I fully
stupid.
because she talks. But I will believe anything. That's why, and I trust
Oh,
everyone.
and you
that's
have
all.
like crazy stories.
Yeah, and crazy stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And try to guess who he is. He's Sophia. Big time. And this is why he fell in love with the show. So, which one are you? And be honest.
Which golden girl?
Which
are
Golden Girls are you?
You? Okay, back to the regular
the kits,
programming. You have another kit that was also in the original kits that we had for the shawl.
Yeah.
But it's called the mauve. It
There's
has-
the two shade of mauve, purple. I've seen plenty of shawl of this one. It's one of my favorite kits, but I haven't seen the hat yet in this one, and I think it's gonna look amazing. So if you do it with this one, do tag Les Garçons hand dyed,
Yeah.
or even wall cut. I will see it. I cannot wait to see this one.
And this one is called the Electric, I think, on this
Yep.
site. It has Spellbound, which is like we don't really see it well, but it has an electric kind of deep blue, and then this one is black light, purple, and then neutrals, because we like neutrals
Yeah.
as well. And then the last one was called the blues, because it has all the blues. Well, it has ink, Maya, spearmint, yeah, and then gray. There you go. Those kits are in the shop. If you think of patterns that you would like bundles for, we are all are wow.
You're turning bigger.
I'm
Are
turning
we all?
We are always looking for ideas. So if you want a bundle, just tell us. Write it in the comment, and then we'll figure out what to do, which yarn to pick, and then we'll create a bundle for it in the bundle section.
Yeah, you can contact us on the website if you have an idea of, I want to make this pattern. Which color do I'll actually send us which one you really love as a color, and we could actually put in the rest you need together on this one for sure.
So let us know.
And that was it. That was a longer episode than I expected.
Yes.
Well, no. I knew we had a lot of stuff to talk about, so I knew it was going to be a longer.
Yeah. No.
My mind is in French most of the time. Are you ready to say goodbye?
We'll try not to be absent for a bunch of months again, because we won't catch COVID again.
Let's hope not.
Let's hope not. Stay safe and see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Lola.
Say goodbye.
Say bye.
No.
Bye. No. She's not having it.